Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Looking for a career in public safety? Well, the city of Cleveland is now accepting applications for police officers. People interested in joining the city's finest gathered at the Cadell Rec Center on West Boulevard for an information session. At the gathering, recruiters discussed the application process, testing, personal history, and much more. The Cleveland Police are looking to hire 200 officers by the year 2020, and applicants must be prepared for the process.
This is important because most people who come out and apply for this, they've never been through this process, so they don't understand how to get through the process. So we want to make sure we give them the proper information so that they are successful in completing the process and ultimately achieving their goal of becoming a Cleveland police officer.
For more info on the next informational session, go to the city's Facebook recruitment page or the city's website. The Greater Cleveland Drug Court celebrated its 57th graduation at the Don Ummerly Civic Center in Rocky River. Now in its 20th year, over 1,700 people have successfully graduated from the program.
Every time there's a drug court graduation, I'm just excited. I want to jump for joy, and I see all the people who have just really transformed from their 9 or so months that they've been in the program, and it's just, it's very gratifying. Rocky River was kind enough to host it. And we have a very high number of graduates, and we're usually in the 20s, and I think we have like 35 graduates this time.
We spoke to a few of the graduates about what this day means to them.
This is a new beginning. It's just a new day, life. I'm living life on life terms. This too shall pass.
I feel proud. I feel proud that I achieved this, and I feel like we're a family here, I look, I didn't want to let nobody down. It was times where it was hard on me, it got rough, but I had to, my fellow classmate, I thought about them, and we all pulling together as one to try to make it to this point, and we made it. Praise God.
I learned to replace the fear of the consequences of what drug court would do to me if I were to pick up with what I value that I don't want to lose. And so my children and my mother are those values for me today.
Judge Moore tells us what the biggest offenders are and how the drug court has expanded beyond city limits.
The opioids is kind of like it's a catch-all, but it's mainly heroin and fentanyl. And that's very, very difficult and very, very dangerous. And so when we came from a place of cocaine and PCP and alcohol and marijuana, which was also very bad and very damaging, the opioids are taking people out. And so we want to make sure that we're saving people's lives by making sure that they get the intervention and the treatment necessary. Especially with the opioid crisis being the way it is, a lot of other courts found themselves with people who are addicted to drugs, particularly opiates and heroin. They didn't have an in-house drug court. And so we got together and they decided to grant the municipal court jurisdiction, the Cleveland municipal court jurisdiction. And so since we have a drug court, they send their people to us. And so there was the birth of the suburban expansion.
If you would like to learn more about the Greater Cleveland Drug Court, visit clevelandmunicipalcourt.org. Just 7 weeks after being sworn in to the Cleveland City Council, Ward 7 Councilman Bashir Jones is ready to make an impact by starting with our future, the children. Here's reporter Christian Patterson with more.
Today is the very first event that we're hosting as Ward 7 at the Multipurpose Center here. It is movie night, dinner and movie night with Councilman Bashir Jones. So tonight we're taking about 120 students. We're having dinner here first, and then we're taking them to see the Black Panther movie at Shaker Square. So this is the first of many events that we're planning on hosting for the youth in the community.
With the recent release of Marvel's Black Panther during Black History Month, Councilman Jones seen this dinner and a movie idea as an opportunity to help educate the youth as well as show them a good time.
I'm excited. I haven't seen it yet. I've been waiting to see it. So of course we wanted to take people to the event, but we wanted to be more than just going to a movie. We wanted to kind of put some context to it, of kind of where we are in history right now. And after we watch the movie, we pray that, that it can give us more clarity of where we're trying to go.
Teachers from 5 different schools around the neighborhood selected students that made honor roll while displaying outstanding citizenship and leadership skills.
Councilman Bashir has been talking with our 7th and 8th grade students for the last 2 years, really doing a lot of character building with them and getting in touch with their inner youth voice and community outreach with them. So for them to come into the community center and really kind of see what the community is about and what he's trying to do has really been an excellent opportunity to see it in action.
And for this many kids to be taken to see the film by the councilman is really super. And I think that this is going to show that he really has a heart for the young people to make this kind of sacrifice.
On top of providing dinner and a movie for the youth in Ward 7, the councilman brought in a special guest speaker.
How we started it was even more powerful, man. We just received the proclamation from West Africa, from Ghana, from the Atanko village to be exact, and we're focused on creating a sister community between Atanko village and Ward 7.
Reporting from Huff Multi-Purpose Center in Ward 7, I'm Christian Patterson for TV20. We are Cleveland.
The City of Cleveland Black History Month Committee honored Cleveland Firsts at an event at the City Hall Rotunda. Honorees included custodian Donald McElroy, whose daughter Dawn Gilliard accepted on his behalf, retired lieutenant from the Cleveland Division of Police, Michelle Kennedy, and interim director for the City of Cleveland's Building and Housing Department, Iona Blue Donald, who said how she hopes her first affects other women.
But I just hope that from being now this Cleveland First, that I do pave a way for those coming after me at some point in time when I leave the Department of Building and Housing, that it will make it easier for women of color to be established in higher management positions in my department and one day also to be director.
Stay tuned to TV20 to see the Cleveland First event in its entirety. Check our schedule for times. As part of Cleveland's Black History Month, members of the media were honored at a celebration also in the Rotunda of City Hall. MC and chair of Cleveland's Black History Committee, Shelley Shockley, gave a passionate speech about the importance of black media in today's local culture.
And that's the key. That's why there is black media. Because if we want to see what's going on in our communities, if we want to see the best of the best in our communities, then we have to bring it to them. Because as you can see, when you look at the majority news, you don't see us except. Now, if we handcuffed, if we running with our pants sagging, if we're shooting that game-winning shot, but only if you're doing it on the national level.
Among those honored was TV20's own general manager, Kathy Allen. Allen, an employee of more than 30 years for the City of Cleveland, expressed her gratitude and love for those who have helped her get to where she is today.
But you have to have a strong team, and without my TV20 team, I have to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys, and you guys make me look so good, and I just want to say thank you so much.
Also honored was photojournalist James Wade Jr. and Michelle Lilly for their work in capturing the essence of Cleveland life and turning into a captivating story for all to read. Lilly says he is beyond honored to be recognized by the City of Cleveland.
I remember early on, I was inspired by a photographer that looked like me, and to see myself 30 years later, to the things that I've accomplished, all the things in the city of Cleveland that I love, and to be honored here today at the wonderful Black History Month, it's totally wonderful.
Congratulations to all the honorees, especially our own Kathy Allen. Remember, you can watch the Salute to Black Media in its entirety right here on TV20. Well, our city has a rich history, and we want to test your knowledge. Our trivia question for this week: Cleveland-born actress Margaret Hamilton starred in which 1940 Oscar-nominated film? A. Gone with the Wind, B. The Wizard of Oz, or C. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington? We'll have the answer when we return.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Welcome back to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Hasledge. Cleveland-born actress Margaret Hamilton starred in which 1940 Oscar-nominated film? A. Gone with the Wind, B. The Wizard of Oz, or C. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington? The answer is B. Margaret Hamilton played legendary villain, the Wicked Witch of the West, in the classic The Wizard of Oz. The ideas were abundant at this year's Accelerate 2018 Citizens Make Change event. Presented by the Cleveland Leadership Center and Citizens Bank, 25 people pitched their best ideas to make Cleveland a better place, but only one person won the grand prize. TV20 reporter Dan Monroe has all the details.
People who had an idea, a vision, to create positive community change in Cleveland had their shot at this year's Accelerate 2018 competition. This is the fourth year for the event, which has been sponsored by Citizens Bank. Chief Data Officer for Citizens Bank, Ursula Catone, recognizes why Accelerate is so important.
It really helps bring out people who care about civic innovation, and it brings those ideas to life and gives people an opportunity to share those ideas and fund them to go forward and make them a reality in the city.
At last year's Accelerate event, Jeremy Langham of Ironborn Brew Works won the top prize for his idea of creating a brewery where a portion of your bill goes to nonprofit organizations of your choice. I caught up with Jeremy, who said that winning made his brewery concept more of a reality.
This was just an amazing first step, and it's been kind of like a continual, it's kind of allowed us to have this continuous push with media opportunities that have been presented by Cleveland Leadership Center, for the All Accelerate participants. So it's been great. It's been great over the last year. It's been a struggle, but it's been absolutely fantastic.
You can check out Jeremy's website at ironbornbrewworks.com for more info. Meanwhile, the top 25 are busy preparing their pitches as they go before the judges to sell their dreams in hopes of making the top 5. The 25 are divided into 5 categories based on the nature of their idea. They are community change, economic and workforce development, educating for tomorrow, health and wellness, and quality of life. From each of these categories, one finalist will be picked to make up the top 5 who will go on to pitch to the audience. I spoke with Kelly Hines of Hindsight Media. Kelly is pitching in the community change category and has an idea about keeping people up to date on current affairs through video. Kelly said she learned about Accelerate through word of mouth.
It's just a great opportunity. Cleveland is a city full of big ideas, and I'm excited to be a part of that. It's really exciting to hear about all of the different ideas and the different impacts that they have throughout a variety of areas, and so it's just really an honor to be a part of that and to present my idea.
For more information, visit Kelly's website at hindsightmedia.com. At the end of the evening, the top 5 are brought on stage to make their final pitch in hopes of securing the $5,000 grand prize. As for the other 4, they walked away with $2,000 to help make their dreams a reality. The crowd was on edge as the MCs announced the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tori Coates.
Tori's idea was to create teen entrepreneurs in inner city Cleveland by working with them to set up pop-up shops in underutilized storefronts and vacant lots. I caught up with Mr. Coates after his win to get his reaction.
I always thought it would be cool that if our kids or our students had that opportunity to be able to sell their products in the community. Just driving down some of our various cities in the city of Cleveland, looking at abandoned homes and abandoned properties, and just really envisioning that something can be done with that. And I thought this would just be a cool idea, and also keeping it in the community.
Congratulations, Tori. For more information, visit his website at teenenterprise.org. At the Accelerate 2018 competition for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
Thanks, Dan. When it comes to your job, have you ever felt like you've had enough and no longer have the energy to do what you do every day? Is constant stress making you perpetually exhausted? The City of Cleveland's Wellness Works employee program recently held a seminar on those very issues, and it's something everyone can learn from. The seminar dealt with the topic of burnout. Nutrition and wellness coach Whitney Galinas ran the seminar and said that burnout can affect anyone.
So burnout is just when you've hit that mental exhaustion and depletion and you really just have nothing left to give. And, you know, internally it's just lack of motivation and just a complete feeling of loss.
Galinas said if it goes untreated, burnout can have some serious effects on your mental and physical state.
So we have what's called this burnout cycle with a series of steps, and as we get towards the latter end of the steps, we get to the point of self-medication because we have no one else to turn to. It's starting to affect our work and our just enjoyment of work, and it can eventually lead to just hopelessness and meaninglessness in our daily lives.
Galinas says that if your job comes with a lot of stress, your chances of burning out increases. She also says there are ways for coping and alleviating burnout, and one of them is something you do every day.
So often we catch ourselves throughout the day and we don't even take mind to the breaths that we take throughout the day. It's one of the first things we learn as humans, so why would we even think about it at this point? But it really is so important because just a simple breath, the correct breath, is going to put you in a relaxed state. So we were talking about earlier that 5 seconds inhale, 5 seconds exhale. There's different variations we can do with that too, but that ultimately is going to put your body and your mind in that relaxed state and going to give you just better results in your work.
If stress at work is causing you to burn out on your job, Galina recommends taking a break and going for a walk, exercise, do something you enjoy, or even take in a comedy show, because after all, laughter is the best medicine. The 11th annual Ohio China Day was held at the Cleveland Public Auditorium. The City of Cleveland, in partnership with Cleveland Contemporary Chinese Culture Association and Cleveland Contemporary Chinese School, hosted the free event that was a first for our city.
We are the Cleveland Contemporary Chinese Culture Association, and that's the volunteer-based nonprofit organization to serve the greater Cleveland people for the last 23 years. We organized this program to bring the Ohio China Day from the Columbus to Cleveland this year. This is the first time in Cleveland because the 10 years in Columbus, what Columbus have, they have politicians, they have our state capital, but for the Cleveland, we have a full history and rich culture. And we have our Cavaliers, we have our LeBron James, we have our Indians, we have our great people in Cleveland to make Cleveland better.
Where we have a great crowd, great enthusiasm, and just a great event for the city of Cleveland. These events are very important to the mayor of the city of Cleveland and also our city. It brings people together from different cultures and helps us to share in the cultures in the city of Cleveland and experience some of the things that we may never get to experience.
The Auto Show Tour has made its way back to Cleveland, showcasing some of the hottest cars that are set to hit the streets very soon. TV20 reporter Christian Patterson was there and has more.
In a city with some of the biggest sports stars, my attention was drawn to the cars this week at the 2018 Cleveland Auto Show. If you're car shopping and looking to save some money, definitely check out the electric vehicles. With the advancement of technology, pretty much every automaker will be rolling out an electric vehicle in the near future.
The Nissan Leaf is a vehicle that was revolutionary when it really first came to market in 2010. It was the first mass market battery electric vehicle, all electric. Since that time, it's become the best-selling EV globally with over 300,000 sold. Now for 2018, we've completely redesigned the Leaf to an all-new model. It has increased range of 151 miles. It has increased battery capacity up to 40 kilowatts. We've increased acceleration and also torque as well.
At one point, Cleveland was one of the top cities as far as manufacturers in the automobile industry. And to this day, a large amount of General Motors parts are still produced in Northeast Ohio.
Parma today is among the most productive and recognized automotive metal facilities in the world. Over the last 3 years, we have produced and shipped almost 275 million parts from right here in Northeast Ohio. Over the last 7 decades, as we approach our 70th anniversary, Parma has produced billions of vehicle parts and pumped billions of dollars into the economy in this region.
I've seen so many great things today here at this Cleveland Auto Show, but by far my favorite thing has to be the technology.
A lot of people, the first thing that they notice on the technology side of the truck is that massive 12-inch radio. So it's the largest touchscreen radio in its class. In a lot of ways, it functions like a tablet. You have features like swiping, pinch to zoom, multi-finger gestures, and all of this adds up to an experience that allows the customer to customize their radio in the way that suits them, whether that's doing a full screen look with navigation on the entire 12 inches, or a split screen look where you have Apple CarPlay on top and navigation on the bottom.
One of the most sought out attractions has to be the dream cars on Millionaire's Row, where each vehicle is worth at least 6 figures. From Rolls-Royce to Aston Martin to Porsche, these cars are beautiful, accompanied by a large price tag. And for my movie buffs, the 5700 XE Optimus Prime truck seen in the Transformers movie series was on display as well. They had some great cars at this year's auto show, and I can't wait to see what they come with next year. Reporting from the IX Center, I'm Christian Patterson for TV20. We are Cleveland.
Thanks, Christian. It looks like a lot of great cars coming up. Well, don't forget to check for your waste collection here in the city of Cleveland to see if this week is your bulk week. For more information on your trash and recycling pickup, including the bulk week, delays due to holiday, and guidelines on how to properly set out your cans, visit the city's website at city.cleveland.oh.us. Thanks for watching TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.